Hey familia, Miranda here, and well, June has come to an end, and that means it is time to share with you guys everything that I picked up for the month. I apologize if I'm sounding very funky, you guys. I'm sure it's probably not pleasant, but I wanted to get this video out. But I have been struggling trying to fight off some crazy sinus infection for the past couple weeks. I finally went in to kind of get it taken care of, so got some meds. Hopefully they help. But I am struggling, you guys. Seriously, my face has been in so much pain. It's ridiculous, you guys. But like I said, I wanted to get this video out because I have time, and I just don't know what the rest of my week is honestly going to be looking like. 4th of July coming up and stuff. Work's just kind of gonna probably be a little crazy this week, so I wanted to go ahead and just finally just get this done and over with. I have quite a bit to share with you guys. So I have some stuff in from Target. I finally got in my freaking Vinegar Syndrome package, yay. And then I do also have some eBay stuff, HamiltonBook. I'm just looking at my crazy pile over here. Facebook, and then I did get quite a bit of things in from Amazon. So we're gonna just go on ahead and dive into it, you guys, because there's a lot to get through. All right, so we'll kick things off with Target, you guys. So I got another gift card, and of course went towards movies. And actually I lucked out because they were doing the buy one get one half off, so I took advantage of that here. So I have 6 titles. First up, I did go ahead and upgrade The Babe. I actually haven't seen this, but I had this on DVD. I was really hoping that this would have came with the really cool, retro slip. It didn't, unfortunately, but it is what it is, you guys. Hopefully I can maybe find one down the road, but The Babe, I just want to go ahead and give this one an upgrade. So got that one. And then this one came recommended back when I did my Keanu Reeves collection, and that is Replicas. It looks pretty good, you guys. Definitely looks like a film that would be right up my alley, sci-fi type stuff, like robots, something like that. So looking forward to checking this one out. This one I did not have in the collection, and I've heard good things on it. And that is Like Father, Like Son. This one too, bummed this didn't come with the slip, because I think this one has the retro slip available as well, but it is what it is. Again, not a huge slippy. I would have really liked the Babe one though, for sure. I know this one recently, I think, got a steelbook or something, or maybe it was a 4K, I don't remember. But we got Claire Danes, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Robert De Niro in Stardust. For some reason, I always get this confused with Inkheart. I don't know why. I actually think there's a set with the 2 movies available, but I did not have this in the collection, and I don't think that I've actually seen this one, because like I said, I kind of keep getting it mixed up with Inkheart, which I love that movie, you guys. But Stardust here, I just want to go ahead and check it out. These were all super cheap films, you guys, so I mean it worked out pretty well for the deal and stuff. And then this one is technically, I sort of had this in the collection, but then I think I got rid of it. I had a double feature DVD, but adding this one back in, and it's sort of an upgrade, I guess you could say. But we got Black Sheep, classic right here. Chris Farley, David Spade, fun movie. And then I did go ahead and pick up this film here called The Cure. This one did come with the slip, unlike the other 2, but hey, I've heard good things on this one as well, and wanted to go ahead and check it out. All right, so we'll go on ahead and get into HamiltonBook. This package has been sitting probably since the beginning of the month. So I don't really recall what all I ordered. So we're going to see together, you guys, because yeah, it's just been sitting in my closet. I was just holding on to it for this video. So I'm going to get this open so you can see what I picked up, because I really do not remember what all I got. So happens though. So let's see if I can get this stuff out of here. We have 6 titles here. So first up, we have The Scribbler. So I actually had the DVD of this that I got from Dollar Tree or something way back when, and I never did watch it, but I saw that the Blu-ray was there, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick it up. Kind of a blind upgrade, if you will. But yeah, you actually have, let's see who's in here. Michelle Trachtenberg's in here. You got Gina Gershon, Liza Dushku, Billy Campbell. So there's a pretty solid cast in here, you guys. Some other names that sound kind of familiar, but yeah, I've actually heard some good things on this one, so I wanted to just go ahead, do the blind upgrade, and get that to watch. Next up, we have Matt Damon, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Jude Law in The Talented Mr. Ripley. And then this one I just wanted for the Michael B. Jordan collection, Without Remorse. Obviously, it looks to be like some sort of like a war-based type film. You guys know I'm down for that, so I got that one. And then this one had 3 films that I did not have in the collection, and then one of them I did, so this is technically a little bit of a space saver, but it's the 4 film favorites, a Clint Eastwood action collection. So you have The Enforcer, Firefox, Sudden Impact, and Absolute Power. So I did have Absolute Power, so I'll just be getting rid of that Blu-ray since I kind of, like I said, a little bit of a space saver. Firefox is one that I've been very, very curious about for some time, so I'm happy to have this in the collection now. And then this one, I want to say, was my buddy Kenny. He recently hauled this from HamiltonBook, and so he said that this was actually pretty good. We have Jessica Chastain and Miss Sloane. Don't really know much on this, but per his recommendation, I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. And then this one right here looked really, really interesting. Malin Ackerman's in it and Oliver Platt, so that kind of sold me there. It is a Shout Select title, but it's this film here called The Ticket. I mean, from what I read up on it, it seemed pretty interesting, so I thought I would go ahead and pick it up, check it out. All right, so moving on to Facebook, you guys. So I did actually do a trade with somebody. Had some stuff I was getting rid of, and I ended up trading in for the 4K here of The Howling. Actually has it all nice in a turkey bag and everything. But yeah, I actually had this on like a double feature set with the fog. Now I just need to see about upgrading the fog so I can actually get rid of that little set, because I was really wanting this on 4K. Now, thing is, I've actually never seen The Howling, you guys. I've seen the 3rd film. I don't know why, but I've seen it. I've never seen the 1st, haven't seen the 2nd or any of the other Howling films. So I'm just happy to have this in the collection, and especially on 4K. So definitely excited to check this one out. Look at that. Look at those teeth there. But yeah, The Howling. I know this is a classic and everybody seems to love it, so I'm happy to have that. And then I did actually from the same person, so we did the trade, and then he had some more stuff that he was getting rid of, and so I just turned around and bought the stuff from him. But we have the 4K of Starship Troopers. Have not seen this one. Actually, I mean, I don't think that I have. I mean, it sounds pretty familiar, like I possibly may have seen it back in the day. I don't know, but yeah, I'll have to pop it in, see if anything kind of like jogs my memory or whatever. But we have Starship Troopers. This one too gets a lot of love, so I'm curious to kind of see that one. For Harrison Ford, Fugitive, I did not have that, so needed that one. This next one I really got because, I mean, technically I already have one of the films, but I was really curious about the squid and the whale right there. I'm also running with Scissors, which I have the Blu-ray, so I'll just get rid of that, and this is a little bit of a space saver. But the squid and the whale, I've seen that come up in the Criterion collection, and so I don't know, maybe if I end up liking the film, I may upgrade to Criterion or something, but for now, I just wanted to go ahead and check it out, because it definitely was one that piqued my interest, but I just didn't really want to, you know, do the whole kind of blind buy Criterion or whatever, since I've never seen the film. And then lastly here we have this film with Christopher Walken, Natalie Wood, Louise Fletcher, and Cliff Robertson, and this is a film called Brainstorm. Some sort of a sci-fi, looked pretty interesting, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick it up to check out. All right, so next we'll do eBay. I have a stack of DVDs here. So first up, I want to say maybe it was like last year that I first found out about this film. I was like, how is it possible that I've never heard of this film when it has Paul Rodriguez in it? And it's this film, it honestly just looks like some kind of cheesy fun, but it's called A Million to Juan. I don't know, it just sounds pretty funny. You actually have Edward James Olmos in here, Pepe Serna, Paul Rodriguez, Ruben Blades, Cheech Marin, Polly Draper, Paul Williams, Tony Plana. So interesting kind of cast in here. I'm assuming they just make like maybe short appearances or whatever. But for Paul Rodriguez, like I seriously love him, you guys. He's hilarious. So I'm looking forward to checking that one out for sure. Next up, so I technically have this in the collection, but it's on a like kind of 4-film set, and I've been upgrading the films on that set, but unfortunately this one actually doesn't have a Blu-ray release, and so there's just one more film that I need to upgrade from that set so I can get rid of it, but I just kind of thinking ahead, and I was like, okay, I'll get this so that I have it at least on the single DVD. We have Tyrese, Snoop Dogg, and Ving Rhames in Baby Boy. Classic film right here. I watched this a lot, kind of like back to back with like Boys in the Hood and stuff, but this is a banger, you guys. If you've never seen it, you definitely need to. This is like one of like the first films, if not his first film, that I'd seen Tyrese in. So yeah, there's also other people. Let's see, Taraji P. Henson's in here. Omar Gooding as well. So you got a pretty solid cast in this one. And I really enjoyed this one. It's one that I kind of grew up on. Like I said, kind of watched it a little back to back with Boys in the Hood and that kind of stuff. So it's along those lines of, kind of similarities. Next up for Eddie Murphy collection. This one too is one that I recently found out about. I was like, how did I not have this in the collection? I don't think that I've ever seen it, but it's this film here called Metro. So definitely looking forward to this one. Seems right up my alley. Something me and hubby would enjoy. This next one, you guys. So what sparked this purchase is I actually found this film out thrifting maybe like a month or two ago. Fortunately, the film itself was totally trashed, and I was just very intrigued by it because first off, Clint Howard's in here, right? There's a little dog. It's one of those films that just seems like it's going to be some cheesy, fun, dog kind of creating mischief, bad guys after him kind of thing. But it's this film here called Ping. And it just looked like just a fun little kind of like family flick or whatever. So I am very curious to check this one out. I guess this dog, his owner, she gets kidnapped or something, or I don't know, something. Obviously Clint Howard and the other guy, they're like these robbers or whatever and stuff. And so yeah, they kidnapped the little girl. They want her money, stuff like that kind of thing. And so I'm just, it seems like one of those kind of films where it's just going to be like kind of mischievous little dog and they're getting into just one thing after another. But yeah, so we have Ping. So happy to have this one and, be able to check it out. All right, this next little bunch, I'm trying to remember. Okay, so this seller had buy 2, get 4 free. Yeah, buy 2, get 4. So there was a couple titles I was interested in, and then I just kind of went through their inventory and picked some random 4 films just to add in so I could get the 4 for free. But so I'd been wanting this Snapper, and this is also kind of, I'm trying to get rid of a set that I had this film on, and so I just went ahead and got it in the Snapper. And I actually think this was the last one too that I needed from the set, so set's gone, you guys. But anywho, we got Murder at 1600. I remember really enjoying this one back in the day. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it, so definitely long overdue for a revisit. And then this one is one that I've been curious about only because it has Nick Cannon in it, and I'm trying to get anything with him in it. But it's this film. It's like I think it's a kind of war-based film if I'm not mistaken, but it's called American Son. So you have Nick Cannon, Melanie Diaz. I've seen her in something. Her right here. I can't think of what the heck I've seen her in, but I know I've seen her in like other films and I've enjoyed her. So yeah. This is on the eve of his deployment to Iraq. So yeah, it's something about him like going off to war or whatever, along those lines. But American Son, got that one. And then these next ones are ones that I just kind of threw on. So we have Richard Gere and Juliette Binoche in Bee Season. So obviously about spelling bee kind of thing. You don't really see too many of those films actually. So was curious about that one. Again, I just threw these on. Don't really know. For the Cuba Gooding Jr. collection, and actually also for the Val Kilmer collection, we have this film here called Hardwired. So, hey, could be good. I don't know. This one, I know it has a Blu-ray release, but I just, like I said, I threw this one on. And plus, it's inspired by a true story, and that is American Violet. Let's see. Tim Blake Nelson's in here. Will Patton, Michael O'Keefe, Exhibit. And Alfred Woodard. But I'm trying to think what this is. So, falsely accused of distributing narcotics in a school zone, D. Roberts is offered a deal the struggling mother can't refuse. Plead guilty and accept a 10-year suspended sentence. The alternative is risking serving 16 to 25 in jail. So, and just realizing that a conviction would ruin her life, she decides to fight back. So yeah, I guess it's just suing the DA for racial discrimination. So I don't really know or recall hearing much on this case, but yeah, it's based on a true story. You guys know I love me, stories like that. So I went ahead and got it. Check it out. If I like it, probably upgrade down the road. And then for the Wesley Snipes collection, again, threw this one on, Unstoppable. Don't really know much on this one, but I love me some Wesley Snipes, so we'll definitely be checking that one out. All right, we're going to do Amazon, and then I will save Vinegar Syndrome for last. We'll save the best for last. Let's just put it that way. I have quite a bit from Amazon. So they had some pretty good sales going on. They did do the, what was it? The price match kind of with Target, and they did the whole buy one, get one half off thing. I think that like Scream Factory must have like down the prices on a bunch of their things. So I think they had a sale or something going on as well. So there's a lot here, you guys. So got some steelbooks, some DVDs, some 4Ks, some Blu-rays. So we got a good mix today, you guys. So let me go ahead and share with you what I picked up. I guess we'll go ahead and start off with the DVDs. I think these are the only ones that I got. I think it's just the 3. Yeah. So this one recently came to light, like literally maybe like a few weeks ago, and I was like, I need that. So I have another film in the collection with the same name, and I thought it was that one, but it's not. But you got Ice-T and Alyssa Milano in Body Count. So I don't know. I feel like maybe this is one that I possibly could have seen back in the day, but I don't know. But yeah, for the two of them, had to go ahead and snag that one. Nick from over at AV Impulse, you guys, sometimes he does these like recommendation videos, and I'm finding out about films for like the very first time that I had never even heard of, you guys. And so this was one of them, and it definitely caught my attention. It's this film here called Powder. And I guess this kid, he has this like kind of weird skin disease type thing or whatever. It literally looks like, you know, powder, like he's just like white or whatever. But it's an uplifting film. And he gets harassed by his classmates. So it definitely seems like it's going to be something, you know, along the lines of like inspirational and whatnot. But I did see like the trailer for this, and it looked really, really good, you guys. So I am definitely looking forward to checking this one out sooner than later. And then for the Scooby-Doo collection, we have the Sword and the Scoob. This one was only like $5, and I'm trying to add the few films in that I still need for my Scooby collection. So there's a few other ones that are fairly cheap. I'll probably end up adding down the road or whatever, but this one went ahead and snagged that for now. All right, we'll get into most of the Blu-rays. So I'm gonna do the ones that don't have slips, then we'll move to the stuff with slips. So I did go ahead and snag The General's Daughter for the John Travolta collection. This one actually went down in price again, so I was happy to go ahead and snag it, because actually this one goes on sale pretty often. I almost got it, you know, maybe some months back or whatever, and then I didn't because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. But then I actually recently heard some people talking on this film, and I was like, okay, I'm sold, so went ahead and got it. Then I did go ahead and snag the original 1987 Street Trash. I hear this film is like so bad it's good. It's one of those kind of films, so I'm definitely freaking curious to check this one out. Like, this just looks super freaking like just bizarre and whatnot. But yeah, I know there is a remake that actually I think Vinegar Syndrome has it in. It has a really nice like slip and everything on it, but I hear that the remake is not as great. So I don't know what that says with what I've heard on this one just being like, you know, so bad. But anywho, Street Trash, I am freaking curious. This next one is a Shudder original. We have Fried Berry. So I did check this one out a while back on Shudder, and I actually enjoyed this one. It was kind of surprising, but this is one of the like super like bizarre films, you guys. You basically have this alien gets into Barry here, and I was like, why would you choose him? He's freaking just fugly. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, why would this alien not pick somebody who's, you know, I don't know, a little better looking, you know? But anywho, Fried Berry, freaking weird film, but I really enjoyed the heck out of this one that I would definitely, you know, watch again and again. But it's super weird. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I had fun with this one. It is actually quite the trip at times, because he is like just this alien that's in his body is like just this kind of like sex addict and it's like, you know, drugged up and all that, and just a lot of weird shit happening and stuff. So Fried Berry for ya. So I finally was able to add Paycheck into the collection. It's been a hot minute since I've seen this one, so I'm happy to have it. I would see the DVD out like all the time, thrifting and stuff, but I was like, you know what? I want the Blu-ray of it. I want the Blu-ray, and luckily it dropped down in price. I want to say this was like $7 or $8, you guys, so not a bad deal for Paycheck here. But yeah, we got Ben Affleck, Aaron Eckhart, and Uma Thurman, so stat cast. And yeah, I do remember seeing this one like a long time ago, so long overdue for a revisit. All right, so like I said, I think this is Scream Factory. Like I said, they had a lot of titles that dropped a little bit in price. Normally Scream Factory are those kind of titles that you don't really see, you know, shaving off too much money or whatever, but I saw them at a pretty, you know, solid price for my pocket. So I went ahead and picked up several titles. And you guys, I'm to the point where it's like, I mean, yeah, I know 4K is kind of the in thing, but to be honest, like, there's some titles out there that there's just not much of a difference between the transfers and stuff. So I am perfectly fine with getting the Blu-rays instead of the 4Ks, and especially if I can save money too, because I mean, obviously 4Ks, they are becoming a little bit pricier and pricier, and so I'm just happy to add the film in, whether it's just on Blu-ray. I'm fine with that, even though I know most of these that I got, probably, I think they almost all have 4Ks by now. But anywho, Night of the Comet. This is one that I've heard excellent things on. I've never seen it personally, but happy to have it in the collection now. I'm looking forward to checking it out. For the Christmas collection, I know, actually, I think somewhere in here there's some Christmas movies and stuff, or maybe, I think there's a couple. But anyway, this one too, it was on sale like a couple months back, and I didn't snag it in time, and then it wasn't like available, and now it's back in stock, and so it was on sale again. We have the Fitzgerald Family Christmas. Never seen it, but you guys know I love my Christmas movies, always looking to add Christmas movies to the collection. And I mean, hey, Christmas is what, like 6 months away, so we're halfway there anyways. But yeah, so we got that one. This is another one too I have not seen. I don't know why, I just somehow missed out on it over the years, but I've heard nothing but great things on this one, and that is The People Under the Stairs. So got that one. And then this one, I'm sure a lot of people, mostly everybody, has seen this one. I just watched this maybe like a couple years ago for the first time, and it is definitely one of the better, you know, like camp slashers or whatever. But we have The Burning, and you gotta love the Cropsey characters, so yeah. Not much to say on this one, but I do. I really enjoyed this one, and it's a very good little slasher. Alright, in the previous video, I did kind of give you guys a little spoiler of a film that I was waiting on. So we got Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue in Leaving Las Vegas. So this is technically now an upgrade. But yeah, so like literally after my friend sent the DVD to me, I saw that this was coming out, and actually I'm surprised because it was actually fairly cheap, so I was happy to snag this one. Not a film that I've seen yet, but like I've heard good things on it, but I hear it's a tough one for sure, and stuff, so looking forward to checking that one out. This one, we have Shocker here. Never seen it, but it looks fun. I've heard some pretty solid things on that. And then I did go ahead and snag Cemetery Man. So this one too, I want to say maybe it was earlier this year that I actually watched this one, or maybe it was last year. I don't remember, but still fairly recent watch for me, and I really enjoyed this one. There's kind of like two love stories going on here, and they're both kind of odd in their own way, but I definitely enjoyed this one for sure. So highly recommend this one if you've never seen it. I did go ahead and snag Adventures in Babysitting. So this is an upgrade. It did drop down in price. It's like under $8, you guys. So snag it now if you can, if you don't have it. But fun film. And then I'm so happy to finally add this into the collection. I really enjoyed this film very much, and that is Popcorn. So yes, I cannot wait to rewatch this one. This is one that I checked out maybe a few years ago for the first time, and I just like immediately fell in love with this one. So if you've never seen it, you need to. All right, getting into the slips, you guys. So we have the 4K here of Terrifier 3, and actually I wasn't expecting it to be the lenticular slip cover. Pretty cool. Not exactly my like favorite like artwork. Like, I don't know, I just wish this would have been something more, you know, Christmassy, because obviously the third film is Christmas related and stuff. But I did enjoy this one. Wasn't my favorite though of the films, but still a fun one to add to the franchise. So I got that one. Then I did go ahead and snag the 4K here of Gladiator 2. Of course, had to get this one. It's actually a really awesome flick, you guys. I would put this like right up there with the original for sure. A great sequel. Then I did go ahead and snag the Arrow 4K of The Long Kiss Goodnight. This one, I guess, is another actually like Christmas film. I've never seen this one. At least I don't think I have. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and snag that one and, you know, add it to the Christmas movie collection. Check it out. Hopefully this coming Christmas. But yeah, Long Kiss Goodnight. Then I did go ahead and snag In a Violent Nature. I've kind of heard some mixed things on this one, but it's one that I was definitely curious about, and it did drop in price, you guys. So that's kind of why I decided to go ahead and snag it. This one, you guys, so this is actually the cheapest that I've seen this film, and so I had to jump on it. And that is Black Candles. So I streamed this film on YouTube. I want to say maybe it was last year. Unfortunately, it's not available on YouTube anymore. I'm surprised it was even on YouTube for as long as it was, and the full film, because this is one of those kind of like sexploitation type films, you guys. It was very interesting. You basically kind of have this like cult, but they're like a family, and they worship like the devil and that kind of stuff, and just some weird stuff happens here. There's an interesting scene with a goat, like a black goat, and though you don't actually like see it like physically happening, you just kind of know, like your mind pictures it. So I mean, it was an odd film, you guys, but I enjoyed it very much. But like I said, it is one of those like sexploitation, so there is a bunch of that in the film, you know, if you're into that obviously. But it was interesting and weird and all that good stuff, so I went ahead and snagged it. But yeah, you guys, this was on sale. I think it was like $11, and that was like the cheapest that I have ever seen this film go for, so I had to jump on it. I had to, you guys, so I got that one. Then I did go ahead and snag The Monkey. Been hearing a lot of great things on this one. Excited to check it out. And then last for the slips, I did go ahead and upgrade Zodiac. So this film, I had the DVD of it, so this is a big upgrade for me. But actually, this film, I want to say I've only kind of seen in bits and pieces, never in full. So I'm excited to have this and to be able to, you know, check it out in its entirety. So got Zodiac. All right, so I got a couple of steelbooks here. This one isn't new or anything like that, but I did not have the original version here. What is this? 1981 version of My Bloody Valentine. I did not have it in the collection, you guys. I have the remake only, and I'd been wanting this steelbook, and I think it was like HamiltonBook had it in at one point, and then I never did pull the trigger on it, and it, you know, it just wasn't there anymore. And then even on like Amazon too, it like went away or whatever, and so I saw that it was on sale, so it's like, you know what, now's the time. I'm gonna go ahead and snag it. But I'm curious to check out this version nonetheless. But so there's the front of it, and then the back of it looks like that, and then on the inside you have the Blu-ray here. Let's see. Oh, okay, so you have the theatrical version Blu-ray, but you also get the uncut version Blu-ray. And then the inside says, "From the heart comes a warning filled with bloody good cheer. Remember what happened as the 14th draws near." Little plain on the inside, but the outside definitely like makes up for it and everything and stuff. And the disc art's pretty cool too. All right, and then of course, you guys, I had to pick up this beauty right here, Jaws. Yup, had to get this one. So that's the front, and then the back. It's actually like a matte finish. There's the spine of it. But anywho, we get the, I'm loving the disc art, you guys, loving it. Let's see if I can get this out though. All right, so we got the 4K here, and then we got the, what is this? Okay, so this is like so it comes with the Jaws at 50, the definitive inside story. So this is like its own little thing. It's on Blu-ray here. So there's that, and then the actual Blu-ray film itself is this. And then the inside looks like that. So awesome looking steelbook, you guys. And that is actually pretty cool that it has this one here, the definitive inside story. So definitely will be checking that out for sure. But this was a must. I could not pass up on Jaws. I'll show you guys to the J card here. So I'm excited to have that. All right, last but not least, you guys, Vinegar Syndrome here. So I got 7 titles in. So this was part of their partner label sales. So these are all partner labels that I got and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited for these pickups. It took forever for this freaking order to ship out though, you guys. I think I ordered like the very beginning of the month, and then I literally just got it in 2 days. So right in time for the video. But anywho, so yeah, 7 titles. Some have slips, some don't. It is what it is. But first up, so I want to say it might have been my buddy Brian that I saw haul this or recommended or something, but it's this film here called Eat Brains Love, and I am loving the slip on this one. Since I told you last week we were gonna turn into cannibal zombies, what would you have thought? So there's that, and then the artwork actually looks like this. And this one is from Gunpowder and Sky. So there's that. And this is from 2019. I know the other like Blu-ray that you can get like through Amazon has different artwork on it, but you guys, this freaking slip is awesome. I am freaking loving it. All right, next up from Yellow Veil Pictures, we have Blood on Her Name. Bit of a dark cover there, but this is a film that I've actually been pretty curious about for quite some time, and I was happy to see that it was on sale. Like, all of these were fairly reasonably priced. I didn't get anything from like subscriber week, but just everything's from their partner labels and stuff. So it was a pretty solid sale. But yeah, so I've been curious about this one. Wanted to go ahead and pick this one up. It didn't have the slip available. I guess it was like sold out, but I think the slip is actually the exact same artwork. So not tripping there. All right, this next one, honestly, the artwork kind of sold me a little bit, but also it's another kind of like, I guess, cannibal type movie. So, but this artwork is kind of trippy here. It says, "You are who you eat. Feed me." So that just looks a little nuts, you guys. So I don't know. I don't really know much on this film, but let's see. This is an XYZ. And you basically have this man who spirals out of control after the death of his wife. He, turns to tremors and depression and finds himself in the home of a deranged cannibal who convinces him to take his own life in the most horrific way imaginable. So feed me. I don't know, looked pretty interesting. So I was intrigued, you guys. All right, this next one, I was really hoping to get the slip for this one, and I'd been waiting, but the slip just seems to be sold out, so I just decided to go ahead and say, screw it, I want it, because, it just looks like a good documentary. So we have King on Screen. The slip is really nice, you guys, so if I can ever, like, come across it one of these days, that would be awesome, but, yeah, it's basically just a documentary about Stephen King, so looking forward to checking this one out. Should be good. Yes, and this one is from Dark Star, what does that say? Dark Star Pictures. So we got that one. All right, next up is this film here called In Between Girl. I really like this one. Kind of fun little artwork. And this one is from Utopia. But it's basically a coming of age type flick about this girl here. So yeah, I just kind of caught my interest, digging it. So looking forward to it. Gotta love those coming of age films. All right, next up from Saturn's Core. This one didn't have the slip available, but I was just intrigued by the film. Said, screw it, I'm gonna get it. We have Psycho Sisters. So, yeah, I don't know. Looks like some fun. Looks pretty wild, so we'll see. But yeah, we got that one. And then last but not least, from Yellow Veil Pictures again, we have Daniel Isn't Real. It says the mind will do anything to avoid confronting just how alone it is in the universe. So and this one too, I'd had this one on my wish list for quite some time, and then I just kind of happened to see it pop up there on Vinegar Syndrome, so like, heck yeah, I'll go ahead and get it. So yeah, we got Daniel Isn't Real, kind of same artwork and everything, but it seemed pretty interesting. So that is everything, you guys. That is my haul for the month. Okay, well, that's mostly everything. So I did kind of do a thing, you guys, and if you're following me on Instagram, you already know, but I do have a bigger, not necessarily a bigger, but I have more of a haul for the month. But that's going to be its own little special haul, its own special video, because I think it's quite deserving of that. So you guys will be seeing that here pretty soon. I think I'm just waiting on one more thing to get in from that specific haul, because there's a bunch more items that I have to share with you guys. If I would have added it to this, it just would have been a crazy freaking long video. And this one already is anyways, but anywho, so stay tuned, you guys. Stay tuned. Got some more movie goodness coming. Hopefully I can get that filmed this week. And then you guys, I do have one non-movie item that I did pick up. So I saw somebody post about this on Instagram and I had to jump on it right away. I will leave a link to where I purchased this, but I did get this shirt, you guys, this long sleeve shirt, and it is Sinners. It looks like that. See if I can show you guys. This is the front of the shirt. Okay, and then it's pretty cool because then one of the sleeves actually says Sinners on it. You can see there. And then the other side of it actually looks like that, the other sleeve. Pretty cool. And then the back of the shirt, which actually, so I didn't even know. So the person that posted about this only posted the front, so I didn't know there was anything on the back. And then when I ordered it and stuff, that's when I saw that it had like the rest of the stuff on the back too. But it says, oh my gosh, you keep dancing with the devil, one day he's gonna follow you home. And it looks like that. So, pretty freaking badass shirt, you guys. So I had to get that. Again, I will leave a link to where I purchased it in the description box below for you guys to, you know, check out. They had some other pretty cool like shirts and everything on their site, but I just went with that one because I just had to have it. So that is it, you guys. That is my haul. I know, pretty big haul this month. I went a little crazy for sure, but I'm happy with everything that I got. Excited to share with you guys the rest of the stuff that I got. So hopefully July and like the rest of the months to come will be a little bit less. I need to kind of focus more on watching and a little less spending, that's for sure. But let me know if you guys have seen any of these films, your thoughts on them. The ones that I haven't seen, you know, per usual, let me know which ones I need to jump on first and stuff. But yeah, I have a lot to put away now, so thank you guys for joining me and for sticking around for so long. You know, bit of a long video this time around, but yeah, thanks so much for all your support. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next one, you guys. Bye.